Ginger was home alone. She was watching The Devil's Rejects. After the movie was over, she went to bed. As she was laying in her bed, she fell asleep with her hand hanging off the edge of her bed, almost touching the floor. Her dog was under her bed, and it started to lick her hand. And she didn't think anything of it because she was half awake, half asleep, drifting in and out of consciousness, and her dog was licking her hand and she was asleep. So then she hears drip, drop, drip, drop, and it continued. Drip, drop, drip, drop. So she got out of bed, and when she stepped out of her bed and her foot touched the floor, her dog licked the back of her ankle. She kind of just looked back and said, "What are you doing?" and walked away. So she goes into her bathroom to check this drip drop sound that she's hearing, and the sink wasn't even leaking. But she was half awake and she was half asleep. She didn't really know what was going on. All she knew was that she had heard this drip drop sound. So when she went to check it out and see the water dripping, she assumed she must have just been hearing things. So she left it at it was her imagination. And she went back to bed. And again, she didn't remember her hand going off the bed a second time, but when she woke up, her hand was once again hanging off the edge of her bed. And her dog had been licking her hand again. It continued to lick her hand. And this time when she woke up, because once more she began to hear drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. So she woke up and her hand was covered with drool from her dog licking her hand, literally covered in a puddle. Her hand was on the floor in a puddle of drool. So she started yelling at her dog because she was disgusted by it, and she walked into the hallway and she went to the bathroom and washed her hand off in the sink and checked the shower, the sink, no drip drop. So then she went out into the kitchen and checked the faucet in the kitchen, but there was no drip, drop, drip, drop. She didn't hear it. She couldn't find it. Again, she was still drifting in and out of consciousness, kind of awake, kind of asleep, kind of didn't know what was going on. So she goes back to bed and she keeps hearing this drip, drop, drip, drop. So this time she realizes that she has a second bathroom. It slipped her mind that there was another bathroom in the hallway with the door closed. She had walked past it and forgot it was there. When you're half awake, half asleep, an extra bathroom in your hallway kind of blends in with the wall. You don't see it in the dark. So she walks into her bathroom, and hanging in the shower rod above her tub is her dog. Blood dripping from its mouth onto the edge of the bathtub. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Then she turns to her left. She looks up in her mirror and sees, with her dog's blood smeared, are four words. Four words. And those four words were humans can live too.